Apple Jacks? Apple Jacks it is.
This man is told by his boss that he's fired and that he should never come to the office again.
Came here to fire you, Jerry.
His boss also tells him that someone else has already been hired to take his place. When Jerry hears that a better person has been hired instead of him, he gets furious. He has worked with honesty, loyalty, and integrity for years, and now he's being replaced without any respect. Shocked and angry, Jerry tells them that he doesn't deserve to be treated like this after everything he's done for the company. But his boss doesn't care at all. He coldly tells Jerry that his time is over and fires him immediately. Feeling betrayed and broken, Jerry decides that he will do something big, something that will make him far more successful and richer than his boss ever was. Welcome back to Movie Unlimited. I don't have many subscribers, but your single comment is a ray of hope to motivate me. The movie begins by showing us Jerry Maguire, a 35-year-old man who has achieved great success in his career. Jerry is hardworking, respected, and well-known in his field. He's also rich and lives a comfortable life. The movie introduces us to his girlfriend, Emma, and shows that they are living happily together, enjoying all the luxuries life has to offer. Jerry works as a sports agent, managing and training athletes. He's good at his job, and many people in the sports world admire him. He is also trusted by his co-workers and respected by his managers. One day, Jerry's boss calls him and several others to a cafe for a business meeting. Thinking everything is fine, Jerry arrives with confidence. But to his shock, his boss sits him down and tells him that he's been fired. They explain that the company has found someone better to take his place and that his services are no longer needed. Jerry is stunned. He has worked there for over 10 years, giving his best to the job every single day. He looks his boss straight in the eye and demands an explanation. He tells him that he's been loyal, honest, and dedicated, and that he doesn't deserve to be treated like this. But his boss doesn't care. With no emotion in his voice, he tells Jerry to pack his things and leave. Heartbroken and angry, Jerry walks out of the office. But before leaving, he gathers his co-workers and managers and speaks to them. He tells them that even though he's being fired today, his life is not over. He promises that he'll rise again and become even more successful than before. With that, he says goodbye to everyone and walks out, his head held high, but his heart heavy with pain. As he leaves the building with his things in hand, the movie shows us the truth. Even though Jerry spoke confidently, deep down, he's broken. His world has completely fallen apart. He doesn't know what to do next or how he'll find another job. The future suddenly feels empty and frightening. To make things worse, Jerry starts worrying about his girlfriend, Emma. He's afraid that if he tells her the truth, that he's been fired, she'll leave him. The thought of losing her scares him even more than losing his job. Just as Jerry begins to lose hope, his phone rings. It's Dorothy Boyd, one of his co-workers. She tells him that she believes in him and that she's decided to quit her job at the company to join him. She says she wants to work with him and build something new together. Hearing this, Jerry feels a wave of happiness and relief. At least one person believes in him. He's not completely alone. From that day on, Jerry and Dorothy start working together. They visit different sports clubs and try to find clients who would be willing to work with them. But it's not easy. Many clubs reject them. No one wants to take a risk on a small new agency run by two people. One day, in the middle of their search, they meet a talented but troubled football player named Rod Tidwell. Rod is good, but he's known for having attitude problems and a bad temper. Because of this, no other clubs want to sign him. But Rod tells Jerry that he wants to work with him. He says he's ready to work hard and change his ways. Seeing this as a chance, Jerry immediately agrees to take him on. He starts training Rod and managing his career. Every day, Jerry puts in his full effort to help Rod become a better player. He knows that if Rod succeeds and joins a big club, Jerry's career will also rise again, and he'll finally get the success he deserves. As the days go by, Jerry and Rod form a close bond. They begin trusting each other like friends. Their teamwork grows stronger. Jerry keeps pushing Rod to focus, train hard, and avoid his bad habits. Meanwhile, Jerry's girlfriend Emma finds out from her friends that Jerry has been fired. Angry that he didn't tell her the truth, she confronts him. She accuses him of hiding his problems and tells him that she no longer wants to stay with him. Then she leaves him behind. This moment breaks Jerry's heart again. He finally realizes that Emma never truly loved him, she only loved his money and success. Even though it hurts, he now understands that losing her might be a blessing in disguise. Now, the only people left in Jerry's life are Dorothy and Rod. With Dorothy's help and support, Jerry keeps training Rod, believing that one day, they'll both rise to the top. Jerry finally understands that all this time, Emma was only with him because of his money, not because she truly loved him. Realizing this truth hurts deeply, but it also opens his eyes. At this point, Jerry's life begins to fall apart. He still has a loan to pay back to the bank, and his house has become a heavy burden instead of a blessing. With Emma gone and his finances in trouble, Jerry feels heartbroken and alone. But even with all this pain, he refuses to give up. He decides to keep moving forward and fight for a better future with the help of his co-worker and now partner, Dorothy Boyd. Together, Jerry and Dorothy continue training Rod Tidwell, the football player who chose to stick with them when no one else did. They work hard, visiting different sports clubs to help Rod sign a new contract and prove his worth. But every club they approach turns them down. The clubs believe Rod is a difficult person to work with and worry that his temper and attitude will cause problems for other players. Because of this, no one wants to take the risk of signing him. Still, Jerry doesn't lose hope. He keeps trying, and Dorothy continues to stand beside him. After several rejections, one smaller club finally agrees to sign Rod, even though they offer only a small payment. But Jerry doesn't care about the money, he just wants Rod to have a chance to show what he's truly capable of. From that day forward, the movie shows us how Rod becomes even more determined to train harder. With Jerry's coaching and guidance, he gives his full effort to improve his game. Day by day, he grows stronger, faster, and smarter on the field. Meanwhile, as Jerry and Dorothy spend more time working together, their friendship slowly turns into something deeper. They share their dreams, their struggles, and their victories. Eventually, their teamwork blossoms into love. One day, when Jerry visits Dorothy's house, he discovers that she has a 3-year-old son. Dorothy tells him that she was once married but her marriage didn't last, and now she's raising her child on her own. Jerry listens carefully and feels touched by her honesty. Despite everything, he respects and admires her for how strong and supportive she has been through all of this. He realizes how much she means to him, not just as a coworker but as someone who stood by him when no one else did. A few days later, Jerry gathers the courage to ask Dorothy to move in with him. She agrees, and from that day on, they begin a new chapter together as a couple. The movie shows us how they get married and start living together happily, sharing love, hope, and dreams for the future. As for Rod, all of Jerry's training finally begins to pay off. He grows into a powerful and confident player, earning respect from his teammates. Eventually, the big day arrives, the championship match. Rod's team fights their way to the finals, and the stadium is packed with fans cheering loudly. During the intense game, Rod gives it everything he's got. He plays like never before, scoring multiple times and leading his team to victory. When the final whistle blows, the crowd erupts in excitement. Everyone starts chanting Rod's name, calling him a genius and a true star. Rod's incredible performance catches everyone's attention. Soon after the match, he becomes a national sensation. Reporters rush to interview him, and cameras follow him everywhere. During one of his interviews, Rod makes a heartfelt statement that surprises everyone. He says that the main reason he reached this level of success was because of his trainer, Jerry Maguire. He tells the world that Jerry believed in him when no one else did, trained him tirelessly, and helped him overcome his addictions and bad habits. Rod's words move everyone watching, especially Jerry himself. Jerry, watching the interview, is filled with emotion. Seeing Rod speak about him with such love and gratitude makes him tear up. He can't hold back his feelings and begins to cry, not out of sadness, but out of pure happiness. At that moment, Jerry's old co-workers remember the day he was fired, the day he confidently said that he would rise again. They now realize he was right. They regret not believing in him, not supporting him, and not joining him when they had the chance. Soon, Jerry's small agency starts to grow. Many new players come to him, wanting to be managed and trained under his guidance. Within just 2 days, he earns around $15 million, a massive achievement that marks his grand comeback. Rod also signs a 5-year contract with a major club, securing his career and making both him and Jerry even more successful. Jerry is now happier than ever. He's not only successful again but also at peace with himself. He feels thankful that Emma, the woman who only cared about his money, left his life. He finally understands that her leaving was the best thing that could have happened to him. Now, he knows that without Dorothy, he never would have reached this point. Her trust, her encouragement, and her love helped him rebuild his life. Realizing this, Jerry decides to show her how much he appreciates her. He goes to visit his parents, and with his family and neighbors gathered around, he makes a touching statement. He publicly thanks Dorothy for everything she has done for him. He says that all his success, wealth, and happiness exist because of her. He thanks her for believing in him when no one else did, for trusting him even when times were dark, and for giving him strength to keep going. He promises that he will always be there for her and do everything he can to support her, no matter what. Hearing these heartfelt words, Dorothy is filled with joy beyond measure. From that moment on, Jerry and Dorothy live happily together. They build a warm, loving home for themselves and Dorothy's son. Their love and teamwork grow stronger every day. A few days later, Jerry's former co-workers contact him again. They now see his great success and tell him that they want to work with him. They admit that he's become more successful than their boss and has achieved what they never could. But Jerry refuses their offer. He reminds them that when he left the company, the only person who stood beside him was Dorothy. She was the only one who believed in him when everyone else turned their backs. He tells them that he won't make the same mistake twice and that he doesn't need them anymore. His former co-workers, filled with regret, go back to their small jobs, realizing what they lost. At the same time, Emma reappears. She tries to come back into Jerry's life, saying that Dorothy already has a child and that he doesn't need to stay with her. But Jerry becomes angry and tells her to stay away from him for good. He tells her that Dorothy is the woman he truly loves and that her child means everything to him. Dorothy's son, a 3-year-old boy, has grown to love Jerry deeply. Since he doesn't remember his real father, he now sees Jerry as his dad. Jerry also loves him like his own child. Together, they form a beautiful family, full of love, laughter, and hope. The movie ends by showing Jerry, Dorothy, and the little boy living happily together as a family. They continue to grow, support each other, and reach new heights of success and happiness. Dear viewers, this was the full story of Jerry Maguire, 1996, a movie about love, faith, and never giving up on yourself. Let us know what you think about this amazing film in the comments below. Until next time, when we return with another great movie recap, stay safe and stay tuned.